Right, just come out. It's about 2:15 now, I think you'll find. And the interview took about 3/4 of an hour to 50 minutes. And when I went into the actual building, I was greeted by a sour-faced woman that thought she'd rather have been somewhere else and to deal with me. But there you go. And basically had to fill a form out before he was even seen by the medical examiner. And so consequently I filled the form out and answered the questions, etc. Basically, it's near enough off pat now, I wish I had a rubber stamp with it all on and just went kadunk, and basically it was all filled out. But that's a different story. So I was led into this room after bumping into a chair that was on the left-hand side that I didn't see, and met this chap called Gary. Can't remember his last name, Gary something or other. And he was a medical examiner who works for ATOS, ATOS. And consequently went through my medical history, explaining why I was taking this, why I was taking that, drug-wise, medication-wise. Explained to him about my left eye, and he said it's very good. He said that you wouldn't think at it to look at it, it was an artificial one. I said no, that's half the problem with it looking so good that people don't realise that there is a problem with the sight and bump into things, etc., etc. He was very understanding. Sat there tapping away on his keyboard. Writing down the dates of my appointments, which I got 6 appointments with the hospital for various things: shoulder, back, and the oncology department in Southampton General. And he took all that on board and whatnot, and he said he realised that basically said I'm here just to do a job, to fill out the details about yourself and whether it's affected you mentally, etc., etc. I said, yeah, I love being like this, great, isn't it? But I explained to him about the problems of going out and meeting people outside my 4 walls. Basically, I always try to keep a wall on my left-hand side, tripping over curbs, falling over the dog, and the daunting experience of standing at the top of a flight of stairs and looking down and thinking, God, it's trying to work out what's going on, then trying to keep the left-hand side onto my left-hand side. The amount of people, I'll tell you what, in this country, that it's even drivers, I've known them to do it, the people that drive vehicles, right? You get in a building, right, you drive on the left-hand side of the road in this country, in the UK, you drive on the left-hand side of the road. So basically, I have a problem. My left eye is gone. I've got no sight in the left eye. So what I try and do is put a wall or something substantial on my left-hand side that I know that if I was to reach out, it was there. It's something there's nobody stood there that I could bump into, basically. And the amount of people that walk towards you with the wall on their right-hand side. Why? Are they left-handed or something and they need to put a wall on their right-hand side? I don't know. I can't work that one out at all. And the amount of people that won't give way to you. There's me. I'm approaching somebody. I've got my wall on my left-hand side. I'm approaching somebody and I'm thinking, he ain't going to move. I'm going to have to step out into the flow of pedestrians to try and get round him or her or whatever. So consequently, I'm pushed out into the corridor amongst all these people. Then I've got to literally slow right down, turn my head right round like blinking Beetlejuice to see if there's anybody approaching me or standing on my left-hand side, so I can then go back against the wall and feel safe. Now, if that's not a problem, I don't think... Well, is it? I don't know. Perhaps it's a mental issue. I don't know. Perhaps I'm mental. But anyway, that's another side of the story. But he he's tested my sight, tested my hearing. He said cat, boat and something else. I can't remember the other word he said. It was so. Basically, he stood at one end of the room, and I stood at the other end of the room. We back to him, and he had to say, "This is all due to my tinnitus, that they have to test, for tinnitus." But basically, it's done. I've had my examination. He lifted my arms up, lifted my leg up as far as he could. Blah blah blah, and without actually trying to cause me pain. It was painful, crikey. That's why I'm having treatment for it. But he don't know. I suppose he's, like he said, he's just doing his job. This bloke called Gary. But maybe I'm just rabbiting on here a bit. But it's daunting. I must admit, it is daunting. You go in there and you have to explain to the people that why you are like this. Now, I know, looking at me, look, this eye, you wouldn't think it was an artificial eye, I know. But, well, it's done now. I've had the examination before the board. It now goes back to the government where they look at it and think, well, what can we get him to do? Is he going to go sorting eggs or something? Or is he going to go and pick up bits of paper and put it in the litter bin? Who knows? Just got to wait and see. Anyway, I will keep you posted as soon as I hear myself and what happens. But to anybody else that's going for one of these assessments, all I can say is just be yourself. Don't try and act it. There's no point in acting it. If there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you. If you're ill, you're ill. And if you need, well, what can I say? People may. Sorry if I'm boring you now. It's now got to 7 minutes now, this interview. Well, this little video I'm doing. So I will leave it there and just leave it to your own thoughts about ATOS. Assessors, tormentors of sufferers. That's all I can say. Oh well, keep smiling, Keith. Speak to you soon.